Of all the rivalries in professional wrestling, few are as narratively rich and visually compelling as the brief, explosive feud between Cody Rhodes and Aleister Black. It was more than just a series of matches. It was a stark philosophical clash, a collision between the self-made American nightmare and the brooding, nihilistic Dutch destroyer. Their encounters, particularly the iconic bout at AEW Double or Nothing 2022, were not just about wins and losses, but about the very soul of a fighter. On one side stood Cody Rhodes, the embodiment of the classic wrestling protagonist. He was polished, charismatic, and driven by a tangible, almost corporate vision of success. His American Nightmare persona was built on legacy, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of a top spot. He wore tailored suits, gave impassioned promos about his destiny, and presented himself as the standard bearer for a certain kind of mainstream wrestling excellence. His motivation was external, to prove his critics wrong, to uphold his family's name, and to claim the throne he felt was his. Opposing him was Aleister Black, a character steeped in shadow and existential dread. Where Cody was external, Black was profoundly internal. He wasn't fighting for a title or adulation. He was fighting against the emptiness he perceived in his opponents. His famous taunt, "Look at me when I'm talking to you," was a direct challenge to the authenticity of his foes. He sought to expose the cowardice he saw lurking beneath the surface of every performer, to force them to confront the darkness he himself had already embraced. His kicks and strikes weren't just moves, they were condemnations. This ideological war came to a head in a spectacular, bloody, unsanctioned match at Double or Nothing 2022. The bout was a masterpiece of physical storytelling. Cody, the corporate champion, was dragged into Black's world of visceral, unadulterated violence. The polished veneer was stripped away, literally and figuratively, as he was busted open hard way, the crimson mask becoming a symbol of his descent into Black's brutal reality. The match was a symphony of carnage. They traded kendo stick shots on the entrance ramp, used the ring steps as weapons, and introduced a new terrifying prop, a leather strap wrapped in barbed wire. In a moment that will live in highlight reels for years, Black hit his black mass spinning kick, only for Cody to no-sell it, rising with a maniacal, blood-soaked grin. It was the ultimate defiance, Cody rejecting Black's entire philosophy of despair. He was saying, "Your darkness cannot break my will." The finish was as dramatic as it was fitting. As Brandy Rhodes attempted to intervene, Black's wife, Thea Trinad, Zelina Vega, emerged to pull her away. In the distraction, Cody hit 3 consecutive crossroads to secure the victory. It was a win that felt Pyrrhic. Yes, Cody's hand was raised, but he had been forever marked both physically and psychologically by the encounter. He had to become a monster to defeat one. The legacy of the Cody Rhodes versus Aleister Black feud is its profound depth. It wasn't a simple good versus evil tale. It was a battle between 2 conflicting definitions of strength. Cody's resilient aspirational ambition versus Black's cynical, destructive truth. Cody won the match, but the audience was left questioning the cost. In his quest to prove he could survive any challenge, the American Nightmare had to wade through a river of blood and embrace a savagery he once would have shunned. And in doing so, he proved Aleister Black's point, that within every man, no matter how polished, lies a darkness waiting to be unleashed.